Hello and welcome back to Touhoumon World Link Revised. In the last part, I explored the abandoned ship, and then that was basically it. Did a couple other looking around, but then I basically just walked back to Mauville, and now in this part we're gonna go right and finally continue the game. You know, in the process, Ed and Flapjack have evolved, so now everyone but Ron is fully evolved, and you know, the Pokemon that I will catch later. Yeah, I've noticed I'm kind of having like a bit of the opposite of what happened with my enhanced reloaded team, where my enhanced reloaded team was like four special attackers. Wriggle was an attacker, and I think one of them was a mixed attacker. And now we have Ed, who's a mixed attacker, three attackers, and Soroba, who's a special attacker. And I didn't really check what the six members' main attack is going to be, but if there's also a physical attacker, then it's going to be the same problem, but in reverse. So I can finally go to the right here and continue the game. Episode 22. I feel like no, I didn't start this series that long ago. Feels like it's been going pretty fast, but that is to be expected, I guess. When you consider that this is the only thing. A good rod is really good. Wouldn't you agree? They give you the fucking good rod immediately after Surf. Why? Why would you do that? We have identical minds. Here, take this good rod. Thanks. Would have enjoyed that 5 parts ago. Whenever there's water, try your luck at fishing. Oh, you're Ringo. Hi, do you remember us from last time? Can you show us just how strong you've become? Okay, cue interview. Yeah, for the last couple parts now, since I finished GM games, this has been the only thing I've been recording, so the fact that it's been going by pretty quickly is not too surprising. And then Fantasy Maid Wars will start decently soon. These are new back sprites, look at them. And then once recording's feeling dillied up between both of those, this will go back to being recorded pretty slowly. You're a flying type with lightning rod? That's bullshit. You can't do that. Look at me. It's just like my main weakness is now just gives me power. We're gonna fucking shit do that. Okay. Luna is now useless in this fight. Luna's also about to die, probably. No, because you're electric, so you don't take super effective damage. It's air slash, I guess. Flapjack is currently one of the very few Pokemon that exist that would rather use Waterfall than Surf, because the difference between her attack and special attack is that bad. That was an intense battle. Did you get all of that on camera? Ron, remember that's the quote you gave us the battle clincher last time. I never ever forgot stuff like that. The last time we battled, you stomped us before we could brace ourselves. Anyway, what do you think? You want to be interviewed again? You will? Thank you. Okay, I need you to describe your feelings about our battle, but it has to be short and sweet. Go. Adjectives. Lolling. It's a word. Yeah, it's the perfect clincher. I get the feeling that this will make a great TV show. There's a chance that they'll air this on TV, so we need to make sure to look for us. Okay, we'll be seeing you. You're a natural. Got me some prime footage right here. We'll be keeping an eye out for you. Flapjack back in front and just use the super potion on Ed because I'm not going back to Pokemon Center right now. Yeah, I talked about this in an earlier part that I recorded today. How I had that clip video I uploaded yesterday. I'm a fisherman, but also a trainer. I'm raising the Bonica I caught. And some of those clips were pretty old. Like they were Puppet Dance, which was like my third. I think like my third playthrough I did with commentary. It's pretty old. And like Left 4 Dead. And Rain Was Awesome Holiday. Hell, I think the newest thing on there was Keifu. Yeah, you can notice in a couple of my older videos, I feel like I sound a lot different. And that's probably mostly to do with the microphone, because you know I used my my laptop microphone, which, you know, my setup, it's like over there. It's like I can't even, like, it's like the microphone is farther than arm's reach away. So it's not surprising that in my older videos I was very quiet. I thought I was doing okay in my training. But even, like, discounting that, I don't know, I feel like I was more, like, probably just because I wasn't too used to doing this, I was more reserved, and I don't think I talked loudly that often. And then I think there was a point where that changed somewhere around, like, the Ring Was Awesome Holiday Gensokyo Odyssey phase, especially since Gensokyo's Odyssey when I changed my microphone. I don't know. Hi, Karinko. So Steven's still here. It's me, Steven. We met in the cave near Dewford. Have you met many kinds of Bonica since I last saw you? There are many, many kinds of Bonica in this wide world of ours. If you wanted to raise only your favorites, that's fine. Perhaps you find it more fun to raise all sorts of Bonica. As a trainer of Bonica, what do you think? Of course, it's not any of my business. It would be nice if you were to meet again somewhere. What was the point of that cutscene? Yeah, I complained earlier, I think, about Wallace and how he's the champion in Emerald, and it's kind of underwhelming because he's just the 8th gym leader who talks to you about Rayquaza for like 5 minutes, and then that's enough for him to become the champion. Steven never really was that interesting either. He kind of just shows up a couple times in the story, and then at the end he's like, wow, he's the champion. Yeah, if I were to rank how, like, I don't know, cool the champion, like how relevant the champions are in relation to the story, like, the first one's obviously Gary. He's your rival. And after that, it's probably Cynthia, because Cynthia does a lot in the game. Bird Bonica that fly elegantly in the sky is the best. Not as much as she probably should, to be honest, because if she's a super strong champion, why the hell am I the one having to fight the god of death named Garatina? She's right there. But that's besides the point. She at least shows up and does stuff. Lance is just there because he was the Elite Four member on the highest, and then he became the champion. He's not... Yep. And then he stops you. He helps you stop Team Rocket once, so there's at least that. Gen 5. Alder, I guess. I mean, Alder's not the coolest character around, but he's at least pretty plot relevant. And if you count N as the champion, then he's like the best one by default, just because he's so important to the story. Are you supposed to go this way? You are. Route 123, actually. Wait. What route is that? In a second. Oh. I didn't realize we get to Route 23 this quickly. I can catch team number 6. I can get past all these damn trainers. Right, this is the point in the... There's like a route split here, isn't there? It's not the one. I don't have. Right, you can go up here. Or you can go right here, Route 123. I guess you can just surf back here. Isn't there supposed to be Mount Pyre somewhere around here? Where the hell is it? Spore Tree. I actually don't remember. Surely you get cut off on one of these paths. I'm pretty sure it's this one. I don't know why. Maybe it just doesn't lead anywhere, and the map's just misleading. Yeah, I guess the final team member here. If I can find some grass. Great if I could find some grass. Really would be. Let's load in the second slot. Yes, let's put Ron in there. Finally use team members besides Flapjack. My confidence will get a boost by beating someone obviously strong, and Luna, because they've reached the team levels. This is my awesome bug, Bonica. My big brother got it for me. If you throw anything out besides a Wriggle, I'm going to consider you to be insulting the Pokemon you have. Yeah, it's a Wriggle. That was definitely a bug. There are 2 Rons here. Rock Slide. Hey Ron, you want to get a better move than Confusion? Just maybe? I mean, Dark Pulse is a better move here, but that's besides the point. I feel like you should have a better move than Confusion. This reminds me of when Racing didn't have a better move than like a 60 power psychic move for like ever, where I could finally buy the psychic TM in like Goldenrod City or something. There goes my confidence. Wow, you meanie. And in Black and White 2, you had Iris. That was an interesting champion choice because from what I remember in Black and White, the 7th gym leader was either Drayden or Iris. So depending on what version of Black and White you played, by the time you got Black and White 2, you would like barely recognize Iris as a character. I think she showed up a couple times in Black and White 2, but she didn't do anything that mattered. And yeah, Gen 6 with what's her name? Worst champion in the series. I get some grass. Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this. Oh, you can go to Route 123, but actually, you can't do fuck all in Route 123, because there's no grass. This game's progression is actually really annoying sometimes. It's like, yeah, you can go this route and you think you can get some Pokemon, but actually no, you can't go into the actual grass until way longer away. Right, so Mount Pyre Summit is the other place I can catch this thing. Just want 6 Pokemon, but no, I can't find any grass here. A bunch of cliffs I can do nothing about. Your name's Yuki. Okay, we're beating the big sister. Is the other one named Mai? Certainly hope not. Miyu. I mean, it's 2 of the same letters, not the same order, you know. Yeah, of course you have Yuki in mind. Alright. I saw that one coming. Can I, like, buy a better psychic move anywhere? I really don't want to do game corner crap. Did I have to do that to get, like, flamethrower for Kasumi? I think I did. Really don't want to do that. Here we see a werewolf and a fox in their natural habitat, beating shit up. Yeah, the fact that every puppet I have is apparently less than 3 feet tall is very, very silly, isn't it? Earth Power. It's 9100. Yep, that's really good. You know what else would be really good? A good psychic move. Was the main reason that I decided to use a run, was because she's psychic type. And psychic's pretty good type. Uh-oh, we lost. Why are you so strong? You've never lost before. Sister, you and Bonica are strong because you are friends. I'm not friends with my Bonica, though. She's a bitch. Berry Master's house. You may call me the Berry Master. I dream of filling the world with beautiful flowers, so I raise berries and hand them out to everyone. You're deserving of one. Tomato berry. Why be stingy? Take another. Why is it 1 letter away from tomato? Be sure to visit the Pretty Petal Flower Shop near us, Barrel. Let flowers fill the world. The way my husband grows berries, oh, he's the best in the world. He makes me proud. That does instantly, child. Have you ever heard of a good saying lately? Why do we do this? A little. A little something. Oh, good saying it is. You're quite remarkable. I want you to have this. A raspberry. Whoop-de-doo. That was worth my time. Our 4 grandchildren should become more accomplished than my husband. Joy never goes out of my life. Oh, there's another interview for me to read. In search of trainers. Hi, today I'm visiting an area near the Route 118. We're trying to spot some up-and-coming new talent in the field. Today we turn our lens on the trainer Gringo. There's something about this trainer that piqued our interest. We've battled Gringo before, but we can attest that the trainer has most definitely improved before. And I knew we were onto someone special when we spotted this trainer. The best way to determine how strong a trainer is, well, the fastest way is battle, and so we began our investigation. That's how we ended up in battle with Gringo. In a dominating performance, we were flattened, rolled up, and tossed aside. Gringo was ruthlessly strong. Here's our impressions after having battled our featured trainer. The combination of E. Luna and Imarasa was divine. Inside of them, E. Luna and Imarasa selflessly supporting each other in the thick of battle. It was a marvelous sight to behold. The waterfall was the move the trainer used last in our battle. The move waterfall is E. Luna and Imarasa's sign of friendship. After our battle, we asked Rico for a succinct summary. The trainer replied, lolling. Rico's putting out E. Luna, Imarasa, and lolling. That's deep. There's deep significance behind that quota. It's no surprise a good trainer has good things to say. That's all for today. See you on our next broadcast. These characters in the anime, I feel like they would be. They say that good times are filled with good aromas. Okay, it's just a trainer here. And then in Gen 7, the champion was Kukui. That was his name, right? The professor? It made sense plot-wise why he was the champion, because the plot of that game was basically he was making a Pokemon League, because Alola didn't have one. Which is why half its Elite Four were just characters you already fought. So I guess having Kukui as the champion, it's kind of cool because in Red and Blue, where Gary's the champion, there's like, I think unused code for like a Professor Oak fight that was just unused. It was supposed to be like a post-game fight or something. Oh, I smell the bitter scent of misery. I don't remember how they found that. I guess they like found it in the code or something. Some interesting shapes. Palm egg berry. Yeah, what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna sell a lot of these useless berries. But you know, money's money. Especially if I find out that I'm gonna need to like buy Psychic or something because Ron doesn't learn anything. Yeah, I have some information about the puppets in this game, like how they evolve, when they evolve and stuff, how they evolve. What I don't have is a move list. I don't know when puppets learn moves, and I just have to hope they learn them. And then, you know, as usual, when I give these Pokemon summaries that I sometimes talk about in these Pokemon games, I have no idea what happens after Gen 6. Or Gen 7. Gen 7 was the last one I played. Mario 7? Is that the one? It's a medicine. Wow. It's only been 17 minutes, so I can take flight, my bird, Pokemon, Bonikmon, Puppetmon. Keep playing for a bit. Probably do 4 recordings today. I'm not gonna record again until Saturday, so I'd like to be able to play a decent amount. You know, I like playing video games, and outside of making these recordings, I never play video games. Told this story, I think, a couple times about how I used to rarely play video games. There was like a year where I played Misty's Izakaya and nothing else, and even then it took like me a year to beat. You know, Misty's Izakaya is a pretty long game, especially with the DLCs at the time, but it doesn't take you that long unless you're barely playing video games. It did take flight. That was a thing in, that... Why are you slower than a group of birds, Kagero? Some vines drop down, this tree can be climbed. Yeah, Asprey did that, hot take stream thing last Saturday, and I watched that. And the last one was just someone put in, like, copy-pasted, like, a really stupid review of Misty's Izakaya from like a Reddit thread or something. It was something to listen to. I don't know. Maybe I should have put something in that, but I never did. The hottest take I can really think of that I have about Touhou, because I don't really pay attention to like the general community consensus of some things for me to tell if my opinions are hot takes or not. Took, it's a no-go. The tall grass snares bike tires. There's no way you can cycle here. Right. The really tall grass. What music is playing? Oh, it's a waterfall. It took a while for it to start. Okay, there's nothing I want in here, so let's put on the Super Repel. Yeah, probably the hottest take I have in regards to like Touhou is that I think Unlocated Hell the 4th stage theme of Wily Beast and Weakest Creature is the worst theme in the entire series. The Mimic Circle was formed by people who like to mimic. Battle starts the instant we meet. Mimic. Edwin. Difficult. Pieces. Wrong. Song. Imame. Because, like, it's the only theme in the entire series that I hate listening to it. Because it's just, it's the very sudden changes it has between, like, quiet piano to really loud, like, banging sounding electric guitars. Like, that's actually, I hate listening to it. It's grating. Which is the ironic thing about my opinion on that is that they also use Unlocated Hill in Yuma's theme, and I think it's used to pretty good effect in that theme, because it's not, like, it's actually used in, like, seems to match and isn't... Can you come here? Dude, fucking... Hello? Can I just not battle this guy? There! What just happened? So we finally made the bar going equal, we'll keep you company. So yeah, if I were to put any hot take in that, which I no longer can because the window's done, and there's over 700 entries, because this is gonna go on for a month. But you know, this is something to watch on Saturdays. It would have been that. I don't know, what other hot takes do I have? I don't know. I feel like most of the spicy things I can say about Touhou I've already said in, like, my fucking 7-hour, 2-parter sorter video that people watched somehow. And that's why the only hot take I could think of off the top of my head was music related. Donald. Your name's Donald, huh? I don't know why you use Leaf Blade, you look like a ground type. I guess you are, because that's neutral damage, but you also being a poison type. I wish we'd never met. Well, you certainly tried not to, considering how much you tried to avoid me earlier. You don't know who I am, do you? But I also don't know you, so we'll battle. I don't know anything you're going to do, but that's okay, because you don't know anything I'm going to do either. Strange, isn't it? Really white. Right. Anything for me to continue what I was talking about? 'Cause I was just talking about, like, doing another one of my let's talk about a certain aspect of every single Pokemon game until we get to Gen 7, in which case I no longer know because I didn't play them anymore. I was level 39, I feel like I should probably switch into someone else, I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Maybe I just want to look at Kagero. Look at her. Isn't she cute when she's also apparently only 3 feet tall at the moment? Just imagining some of these characters just 3 feet tall is really funny, isn't it? I mean, Luna's already like 3 feet tall anyway, but like... Ron? Ron? 3 feet tall Ron? I mean, the Chibi's one thing, they're supposed to be small, but like, there's just... It's literally just take the big puppets, if you step forward, we step forward, if you turn right, we turn too. They just look like the characters, so it's like if you just took the character... I've done this many times when making thumbnails. You take the character and you make the box smaller by dragging the corner inwards, and now they're really small. It's what it's imagine what every single one of these puppets look like. When it's like, yep, you take Ron, you just shrink it, and now she's 3 feet tall. Wriggle. Wriggles, wriggles, wriggles. Wriggles, wriggles. We are the Wriggles. Right, I was talking about, like, geography. The other part. Yeah, this started with me talking about how I don't know jack shit about Spain, right? Because Pokemon Gen 9 is based off Spain, I think. I don't know much about Spain's history either, if I'm being honest. But if you win, I lose. Quite a bit of what I know about European history is mainly in regards to how it affects American history, because how we're taught in school. Yep, you finally caught me and you were trying to avoid me. Most of what I know about Spanish history has to do with, you know, their like colonialism into like North America, and like Mexico and the Aztecs, all that stuff. I don't know much about Spain itself. I imagine it did a lot of what other European countries did, which was kill each other a lot. That's what European war. That's what like a lot of Western Europe history was. This country right here fought this country right here, over and over again, for many hundreds of years. That they did. As you see, this country over here, this country is Protestant, and this country is Catholic. Can't have that. Yep. Oh, both these countries are also Protestant. Nope, they're not the right Protestant. Go to war anyway. Okay, this is probably too deep of a conversation for a game where I'm walking through grass and talking to bug maniacs. I mean, I remember that like really old, over 100-year-old history book on European history. Like, I read that book once. I don't remember 99% of it. Like, I knew some stuff, it's just I forget, because the human brain forgets things when it's not reminded of things, a lot of the time. That was mainly like ancient, like, Roman to Middle Ages stuff. Heard about a cave called the Cave of Origin. People rumor that the spirits of Bonica arrived there. Could something like that really happen? Why is this filled with notorious? Why is this room filled with notorious? What's happening? Piho. 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 I thought you fly by catching a whole flock of bird bonica and then hanging on to them somehow, but it turns out there's an ancient move called fly. I wish I'd known about that a long time ago. I also don't know what that has to do with your house being filled with Notorious, considering Notorious is not a flying type Pokemon. I think he just likes Notorious. Can't really blame him. Right, this route gets rather complicated, doesn't it? Yeah, because there's like 2 parts to it. Isn't this... I don't know, aren't I about to deal with Team Aqua or something, right? They take over like a water place over there or something, right? Yeah, this is a very big route. It goes to a lot of places, so I'm probably just gonna kind of awkwardly end it in a couple minutes, because there's no way I'm getting anywhere close to making progress in anywhere in this route anytime soon. So I'll just kind of... I don't want to go past that bridge yet. I feel like something's gonna happen. So I'll like go close to the bridge and fight this guy. Can you make it use its secret power on a big pile of grass to make a secret base? Why would I make my secret base in grass? It's kind of like the lamest one you can do. Oh, look at you! For someone on an adventure, you're traveling awfully light. Yeah, most of what I know about like English history has to do with, you know, American history. You know, there's some stuff like King Henry VIII. That guy. His many wives. Complete dismantling of the church for the sake of divorcing his wife. That guy. They had civil wars with the Irish or something. The Scottish, yep. That they did. Luigi. I mean, considering, I've said before, I've never done any sort of DNA test. If I had to guess, I'm probably mostly probably part French and parts some other European something. So European history is my history anyway. But the thing about Americans is once you get to like the 1700s, it's not our history anymore, so we don't care. But like technically before that, it's the same history. Because American history before colonialism was just Native American history. I need the Acrobite for this. Who's higher level here? You, Ed. Don't know much German history. You think about Germany, isn't Germany, Germany were originally like, there was like, weren't there like the Germanic tribes that were the reason for the fall of Rome or something? So Germany's history goes back a lot. How do I do this? That's how I do it. Okay. Where am I? Like nothing over here. I can't use superpower yet, or ancient power. What is the point of this area? It's just secret-based stupidness. Right, I'm pretty sure this route is where you can, in the original Ruby Sapphire Emerald, this is where you find Feebas, one of the dumbest Pokemon requirements ever. You need to fish on a certain couple of tiles, which is like, I think, randomized in each playthrough, and eventually you fucking find a Feebas, and you're literally given no information by anyone, but this is what you're supposed to do. And then, if you want a Milotic, you have to max out a certain stat used for contests. And all of this from Milotic, which I'm pretty sure is just a special attack. It's just like Gyarados, but more special attack oriented. And how do you get a Gyarados? You catch the most common fish in the game and level it up to 20. Yep. Obviously never used a Milotic before, so maybe she's actually really great, but it sounds to me like she's a waste of time. Or he. I think they can be both genders. There's some Pokemon that can only be one gender. I don't remember how many of those are. I know this Nidoran, male and female, they're like that because they were the only Pokemon with genders in the first Pokemon game. You have the ones that are like based on evolution, where, like, Vespiquen and that lizard thing, only the females can evolve, so the males just never get past stage 1. I feel like there's some other Pokemon that exist that have like 100% of one gender, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Can you stop having Blade Flash, please? It's like 32 minutes here. Probably just gonna cut it after this battle, and then we'll do the rest of this route, which I'm pretty sure involves me doing Team Aqua stuff, and I think this is actually, I think the very end of this route is when the last rival battle happens. All of that, doing all that stuff without my 16 member, because God forbid I be able to walk in some grass in Route 103. No, you need to wait until after, like, the next town to do that. You figure there'd be more Waggy Saggies, because, like, Team Aqua, you figure they use the fish, considering their main Pokemon is fish, it's Carnivine. But no. Only get to see the fish occasionally. This is a fish. It swim. It breathes water. With gills that allows it to breathe air. I don't have a clue about what it takes to win. Great. Actually, is there anything? Yeah, there's like nothing left here. Okay, so I can go right in front of the bridge. And then we'll do the rest there. A Zinc, which stat is that? Yeah, I should sell all these berries at some point. I'll probably do that off screen because it's probably going to take a while. A special defense stat. Give that to Ron, I guess, whatever. Do. Lee-dee-dee-dee-dee-doo. My cover of Showdown did end up getting a pretty good amount of views, which is good. Because I thought that cover turned out pretty good, so I'm glad it didn't get stuck in like less than 10 view hell. Still don't know when I'm doing the next cover though. I'm kind of busy. So, who knows when I'll actually start working on it. But anyway, next part, I'll go down this bridge and we'll continue the route. See you then, bye.